Hi there, welcome into the channel. My name is Laurel with the Curated Caravan, and today we're going to take a look at how our sales were in June, and in particular, what were my top 10 sales for the month of June. It ended up being a decent month for me, probably one of the better ones of the year, because it's been a not so great year for me. I don't know about you guys, but definitely down from the past few years. So this one was not too bad. So I thought maybe we could take a look at my top 10 sales, and then we will take a look at eBay. I don't know what to call it, but it's on eBay. It's your top rated, your middle rated, whatever those are. We're gonna take a look at those because I've got a complaint. I had a return that I am having conflict with. So anyway, it's about that. Excuse me. But first, let us talk about those top 10 sales. We're going to start with my number 10 going to my best one, which will be number 1. So starting at number 10, this was a sale on eBay. A pair of Jimmy Choo sandals. I'll be putting pictures over here, I think. Jimmy Choo sandals, bought them for $2.99, and I sold them on eBay for $63. So that's a good one. Next up was a Kuyana. I'm not sure how that's exactly pronounced. Nice knit items. And this was a blue cardigan sweater that I had bought from TJ Maxx during a yellow tag sale, and I was gonna keep it, and I wore it like last year, maybe a couple years. Wore it a couple times, it just wasn't really wearing it. So anyway, so I put it up on eBay and it sold for $63. And then next up was a bridesmaid's dress from the brand is Revelry. A maxi, I think it was like rust colored, and I bought that for $3.99 locally, and it sold for $64 on Poshmark. Next up was a piece that I did. I told you guys will do needlepoint because I like to keep busy with my hands. On eBay, I sold one, you will see it here, London Zoo. It was just like a really simple one that I just whipped out, really quickly. And I sold that for $65, so that was good on an easy project. And then number 6, I sold on Poshmark some House of CB heels. I like finding that brand. It usually sells for a nice profit. And I bought those for $3.99 locally. And then next up, this was a great sale. I picked it up for $4. It was Free People kimono. I knew when I saw it, it was good. And I paid, I think I already said $4. And it sold for $75 on Mercari. The only Mercari good sale that I had. But it was a good one, $75, I'll take that. Next up was a Pendleton piece. I'm very picky with Pendleton, and it can be a hard sell. I've got quite a few Pendleton wool shirts still out in my inventory, but this was a little different. It was a Pendleton plaid blazer. I can't remember if it was men's or women's. Might have been a men's. Or was it women's? I don't remember. Anyway, whoever bought it knows. I sold that on eBay for $78, and it sold internationally. So more than likely, your international sales, you're not going to get returned. So that's always a plus on eBay. Number 3 in my top 10 sales for June was a Hervé Léger, I don't know, Hervé Léger, dress, a bandage dress in red I got for 75 cents from one of those Crossroad boxes. Sold it for $80 over on Poshmark. Number 2 was also from one of my Crossroads boxes. I paid 73 cents for it. Some a gold, however that is. White jeans, I believe they were white jeans. And they sold for $100 on Poshmark. And then my number 1 sale was a pair of shoes, but this was the 3rd time I've sold them because they've come back to me twice because they didn't fit. So both of the other times that they came back, not a problem. The buyer paid for the return shipping because they didn't fit. I did state in the listing they were very narrow, very small for their size, and they sold internationally. So again, it's been, I don't know if it's been 30 days, but it's been close to that. They sold for $193.29. Oh, what did I pay for them? I think I paid $10. Oh yes, I paid $10. I paid $10 here locally in my town, which was a shocker. So those were some pretty nice sales for the month. Not every month I will see that many over $60 sales. So I'm happy with that. And then I looked at brands just to see if there were any repeat brands that I sold multiple times. The winner was Victoria's Secret. I sold 5 Victoria's Secret items in the month, but all 5 of those ended up being a total of $115. So, but still, I like selling multiples. That's wonderful. Now, Free People, I sold 3 items, and that was $124. A little bit better on those. And then Banana Republic was the other one that I sold over 3 items, and it was $60 on the 3 of those. The rest, just, here and there, a couple twos of different brands, but mostly one-offs all month. So here's my story. So I've got, of course, and it's always on eBay. These problem buyers are always on eBay. So my story is I sold a shirt. I will put it up here. It's St. James Mademoiselle, something like that. It was a brand I've never sold before. The design is like these, what do you call it? Breton striped, or just striped navy and cream, might be something like that. Shirt. So just like a nautical looking shirt. And it didn't sell for that much. And it was a pretty expensive shirt. So I get a message from the buyer saying here, and I quote, "The shirt appears to have been made inside out. The inside of the garment is the inside. The outside of the garment is the inside of the fabric. So the stripes are not navy. I am very disappointed." So, yes, that is the way it was made. Did I make the shirt? No, I did not. Are the pictures showing the color of the shirt? Yes, they are. I told the buyer that they were happy. I'd be happy to accept their return. They would just have to pay for the return shipping. And of course, you probably, if you're a reseller, you know what happened. They opened a not as described action against the return, so that of course they would not have to pay for the return shipping. And so let me tell you why sellers hate not as described. It isn't even the fact that we have to pay for the return shipping. Actually, that would be fine. It is the fact that now that transaction is counted as a point against you, so that your seller status is now more at jeopardy to being decreased. I don't know. I can't find my words today. But so there are 4 different categories that they take into consideration when they rate your store or your account on eBay. And one is your transaction defect rate. So top rated seller is what your goal is. To be a top rated seller, you get a discount on your final value fees. And I think there's other, you get more looks on your item too. I think it affects the algorithm, so they're gonna push your items a little bit more. So you wanna have top rated. Unfortunately, I've had not the best year, and I have had quite a few items that are against me. So these are the 4 things that they take into consideration. Number 1 was, like I said, transaction defect rate. So that could be items that are not as described, like this shirt, which I did start a case against them as, what do they call it? Fraudulent use of the return system, something like that. Because the item is pictured as being more faded stripes. The shirt is made that way. I did not remake it with the shirt inside out. The collar or the tag is on the inside. It is made to be that way. The buttons are where the buttons should be. I don't know what the seller is talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, so it's items not described. So I think I had one of those, maybe one other of them. I think one other one. Or if you are out of stock on items, and that is where I have run into trouble, because I do list on 4 different platforms or 3 different platforms. So there have been occasions when I have forgot to take it off of eBay and it has sold on eBay, or for some reason I've relisted it after it's sold. I don't know how this happens, but it has. So I've had 8 items in the past year that were out of stock, and that's horrible. But it has made me go back through my inventory. Now I went back item through item. I think everything that is on eBay is there. I think it's in my inventory, and I don't think I have to worry about any more of those. So the only thing I would have to worry about is being defects, which is why when you're doing your listings, you want to note any defects. The second way that you can get dinged from eBay is late shipment. So that depends on how you have your shipping rates set up, or not your shipping rates, but your shipping time set up. So mine is set up for 1-day shipping. That means if I don't send it the next day from purchase, then they can count me as a late shipment. So, if that's not feasible for you, you're going to want to set that as higher, which that's totally fine. But if you do have 1-day shipping, again, you get perks from that also. Okay, here was one weird one too. The number 3 way that they count against you is cases closed without seller resolution. And I don't know why, but there was one package that was lost in transit, not due to anything I did. I dropped it off at the post office. It went through tracking and then it just scrolled and scrolled and scrolled, and it never made it to the buyer. It never got there. Now, why? I refunded their money. eBay took that money from me, gave it to them, but it was still counted against me as not without seller resolution. And I don't understand this. I have opened up a complaint against that and they denied it. They said which I did, I uploaded the tracking, but anyway, whatever happened, they said there was no seller resolution. I still don't get this one. So that one is counted against me. I've tried fighting it, it's still lost. And then the 4th reason would be if your tracking has to be uploaded on time and validated. So you have to make sure if you make that label, number 1, you have to make the label on time, and then you have to get it into the system on time at the post office. So those are my issues. I am still, after being top rated for a long time, have gone down to above average. I want to get back up to top rated, but I have to wait for these to fall off. And unfortunately, one was falling off this month, and now I have this new one being added on. So I have to wait again until August, I think, for the next one to drop off. Anyway, so you got to be careful when you're selling on eBay. That's why it's a blessing and a curse. You get a lot more sales on eBay, or you get a lot more people looking at your things, but you also have these issues to deal with. Poshmark, you're out of stock. It doesn't really matter. You apologize and nothing happens. Yeah, in any of the other platforms, you do not have to worry about these things. But with eBay, this is what you do. So now we have one more thing to do. I just stop by whenever I drop off my packages. It's near a thrift store up here. So I'll run in and check and see what they have. So I got this little bag. At first I thought it was a little Coach bag, but it's not. The brand is called Dorcel, made in USA. It is a vintage bag. I don't know if that'll show up. Dorcel. Just a little leather bag. And I think I'm going to use this as my replacement for when I'm shopping, as a little hands-free bag, because I have a little Lululemon bag that I've used for years so that I can, have my hands free and do lookup comps and all that kind of stuff. But I think I like this one. I think this is really cute, and it's a nice size. I can just put, you know, my credit cards or debit cards and, you know, the stuff that you need when you're shopping. So that's for myself. That was $6.99. And then I got 3 pairs of pants. Oh, and a swimsuit, which I don't even, you know, pants are not a huge seller. I didn't need to buy any pants, but it was the only thing that I found today. Oh, so this little swimsuit, I always browse through looking for like miracle suits and stuff. This is very cute. And the brand is Reformation, little Reformation suit. And I didn't look up comps. Like I said, I don't follow my own rules, but that's a little Reformation. Cute little swimsuit. That was one. This is another one that I'm just kind of taking a chance because I couldn't find any comps just like these, but they're really nice, like outdoors pant. The brand is Black Diamond, and they look really nice. I found a couple of things from this brand, but I think I just wasn't searching right. And they were $3.99. And they're in like brand new condition. It doesn't look like anybody ever wore these pants. So I got those. I'm not sure what size. Oh, they're small. I might wear those. I might try those on. And then in the same rack that I was looking for that, I found a pair of Eileen Fisher pants. They are petite, PP. But I'm always gonna pick up an Eileen Fisher pull-on pant. For sure. These retail very high. These don't have a lot of washwear. The black is really black. I like that. And then one more pair of pants. What were these? Oh yeah, some Vince. And I got these because I just listed a pair of Vince pants and they were like a yellow, like a light yellow. They sold really quickly. So it gave me hope in Vince again. I can't tell what size that is. Are these 10s? I think they're size 10. Size 10 khaki pants from Vince. And like I said, the last one sold really quick. And these are great, just a casual khaki pant. So that is it for today. We had a little bit of everything. I hope you enjoyed that. And hopefully I'll get this out on Friday. And so hopefully when you're watching this, you'll be on your way to a great weekend. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.